Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Gaming with Scott. We are here for a special movie review of the new Marvel Cinematic Universe masterpiece, Doctor Strange. I'm here with JC.
Doctor Strange is my spirit animal.
I'm here with Joshua.
Dun, dun, dun.
I'm here with special guest, limited edition, Brian.
Easily as good as Iron Man 1.
I'm here with Dan.
I had something clever to say, and then I forgot it.
All right. Well, that's sort of...
Oh, wait, I remembered it.
Go ahead.
Benedict Cumberbatch should play all the roles.
He should. He should play just all the roles. He should just do the whole movie. He could play the one girl's part, too. He's that good. And I'm here with Rico.
Yo.
See? He says yo. That's his thing.
Every single time.
Leave him alone. All right. First ground rule, no spoilers until you hear the spoiler alert. We will shout it out before you, but we're going to keep all spoilers on the down low until we say spoilers, which means we'll do kind of our review, our thoughts, and then we'll rate the movie, and then we'll go to spoilers. Like, I don't want to have people have to wade through like 45 minutes of spoilers because somebody in the second sentence of his review of Captain America decided to go, well, when he lost his dad at the end, it was horrible. It was like...
Thanks, Obama.
Thanks, Obama. All right, so who wants to start? I know I'm mad-eyeing one particular person.
Well, so my favorite scene is when...
Shut up.
Is the opening credit when we find out that he was actually a doctor, and that's like not a title thing. He's a doctor. Like I was like, that was cool.
I want to say that the Doctor Strange and Wells are a lot alike.
Can I say I hate the message of this movie?
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, he does.
Because the message of this movie is it's not all about me. That's the message of the movie. I don't like this movie. I mean, I'm just from the message standpoint.
Yeah,
there
walking
it is.
out of the theater.
I can see how they
already
make you
saying
uncomfortable.
It did. It really made. At one point, I was just like, "Oh, they're talking about
The movie touched me right here.
right there." And then I had to stop and go, maybe it's not all about me. And then I felt even worse. And then I was like, no, they were talking about me. And then it was just... So Dr. Wells, you see a lot of Dr. Wells and Dr. Strange, huh?
Yeah,
Because they both
yeah.
are doctors?
Well,
Or is it more than that?
No, it's they're both highly intelligent, and in the beginning of their character arcs, they're both incredibly dicks about it.
Can we,
I wasn't going to
we
say
need to
it.
capture this
Where-
comment?
Where are we at in the Wells arc of that dickishness? Just out of curiosity.
Well, keep in mind that the Wells arc forks off from the Strange arc because the Wells arc gets better wardrobe and, more importantly,
I don't know, man. That cloak.
From a range of 1 to Dr. Wells, where are you? I'm sorry.
On the Yardstick genocide?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Oh.
No, so has Doctor
I
Strange...
still want my shirt, by the way.
All right, I'm working on that. So has Doctor Strange hit his former employer with a low-orbiting ion cannon from space yet? Is that where their two paths were in the woods and one... Okay, I don't know where... Never mind. Go ahead.
Oh.
I'm better.
Okay, the one thing I do want to say is that one of the things I enjoyed most about the movie was the effects. I thought they were beautifully rendered, and more importantly, usually you get these, because I was worried going into it, because usually you get these high-effect kind of scenes, especially fight scenes, and I'm like old, and I'm just like, I'm so lost, I don't know what's happening. I can't really tell what's going on, but that was not the case here. They were stunning, seamless, and I followed the action perfectly.
And they were typically well lit for fight scenes. Like when you get the Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, which granted there's wire work there, but they're like it's all on a roof in the middle of the night with no moon, and you're going,
Yeah,
I got nothing.
I noticed that the fight scenes in this movie, also even when they were in the Sanctums, which was a dimly lit place, were really, really bright. Even compared to Avengers 1 and 2, Age of Ultron was dark. It had a gray filter on it, but every scene was bright and brilliant. Yeah, the colors were so amazing. I don't know. Sorry.
No, that's I'm going to touch on that because I read an interesting article about
The
that.
schnozberries taste like
I don't know
schnozberries.
how they managed to have a movie with such a dark undertone be so incredibly lit and so vibrant.
Yeah, this isn't a spoiler because I got this from the trailer. Going into it, I was particularly concerned about the MC Escher building bending.
Yeah.
I thought that's just going to lose me. I'm going to get nauseous. I'm going to have to look away from the screen.
Be like, oh, look, it's Inception.
Right, but not the case at all.
Reminded me a lot of the movie Labyrinth at the end. Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually,
Who
it
else said that?
Hello.
Yeah.
It also reminded me of Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, the ferry ride. It had an aspect of that mixed in with MC Escher by adding the colors and the
And the
bright
lights
explosions
and everything.
in the boat. Just twisted things in a new way.
Yeah. So, and I probably should have started. So let's go around the table. Like it, love it. 1 to 5, 1 to 10. What are we doing? 1 to 5. 5
no.
stars is the best, or are we? Or I was going to go around the table.
Okay.
I give it a solid 4.5. I adored every part of it. The only reason I don't give it a 5 is because I don't know anything about the Doctor Strange franchise, so I can't say how accurate it was to the character.
I got to go with the 4.5 as well. I don't know as much about Doctor Strange either. There were some points where you just felt a little wanting, but there were so few of them that it's not worth mentioning.
Okay.
I'd say 4 out of 5. I don't know. I didn't know anything about Doctor Strange before this. The only place I would say I wanted more is more content on his training. I felt like that was lacking a little bit, just the progressions from 2 to, oh my God.
Right.
You got to cut some stuff out. It's only a couple hours. I mean, I get that.
Can I ask a follow-up question?
Yeah. By the look on your face, I tell you don't agree.
No, it's not that at all. It's from I'm trying to learn on a story perspective here. So, was it that you kind of wanted to know more about how magic worked?
Innately, yes.
Okay.
A little. But no, I just seeing more progression.
Yeah, because he started with nothing, and then
Yeah, and it's
boom.
Like, you saw him get to like on a scale of 1 to 10. You saw him get to like 2 or 3, and it's like, okay, now I'm at a 9.5.
Right.
It's like I would love to see 3 through 8.
need another
Or-
training montage.
Yeah,
Something.
or like 3, 6, and 8. You know,
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah. I
But
see what you're
no,
saying.
solid 4 out of 5. Good stuff.
Dan?
Perfect 5-7.
Perfect 5-7? 5 out of 7? Very
Yeah.
nice.
No, there were a couple beats I thought mainly with like the some of his humor, like with Wong. It took a minute for me to be like, okay, I see what's going on here.
I loved Wong.
I know.
He
I
was
love
my favorite.
I loved
character.
Wong too, but it was the way Strange was interacting with him, and he was like trying to crack jokes, and I'm like, that's just like the tone of it just goes sideways. And I was like, not every movie needs to be Guardians of the Galaxy. Come on.
Agreed. And Wong looks like Brother Caleb.
But this was But this was close to Guardians?
Wow,
Oh, yeah.
he
It
does.
was really good. I know, right?
But Asian, which is Nothing-
makes it
which is
funnier.
awesome.
That just is even better.
yeah.
Because if I think of an Asian Caleb.
You picked the Wong brother.
All right.
Horrible puns.
Rico?
Hashtag dad jokes.
Yes.
This is really, really hard.
That's what she said.
I knew he was going to say that.
It's contractual obligation. I'm sorry.
it's in the it's in my contract. JC, it's in my contract.
Dun, dun, dun.
I mean, I don't really like giving percentage points because I feel like that just ruins the 1 through 5 scale.
Okay, then don't. Then just say it was good and we can move on.
Yeah, I really like Guardians of the Galaxy. That's tops. This movie
Better than Guardians?
It's
No.
as good as
Yeah.
Guardians. I wouldn't
Definitely.
say better, but
That's
it's as good.
that's like massive praise coming from
so
me.
I would because I don't do decimals. I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5.
Okay.
Which
Because that doesn't do justice to the 4 out of 5 scale. I get you. I see what you're
Yeah.
saying there. So I read this article about how they were doing Doctor Strange, and one of the there was a segment of the comic book series that went through the psychedelia, the late '60s, like paisley psychedelic, black light, and they sat down with the producers and the director, and they said, "Hey, we're going to do this scene where." Like he's going to have like this out of body experience and explain it, and like how crazy trippy can we go? And they went, and the director replied immediately. He shouted down the executive producers, not the executive, the producers, and went, "Oh, Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. I want this as trippy as you can make it."
Yeah.
So that's where the blues, the greens, when you guys said vibrant colors,
Nailed it.
right? That was through the entire movie. They were trying to go. The idea is that if we dropped acid, this movie might be too much.
When that first sequence where he starts going around like
Right.
that, I turned to Jack
Okay, was
there.
that terrifying for anybody?
Yeah,
Right?
it was-
Well, we can't.
it
We
was-
gotta. We can't.
You're right.
We gotta,
No, but my comment was somebody's done a lot of acid.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And that's what they were shooting for. And
Yeah.
it was like, nice. The colors were magnificent.
Yeah, it was a beautiful sequence.
I liked it a
I was
lot.
like, I'm
I
kind of lost, but it's pretty.
Well, I don't know if I can talk about that.
I also wanted
I'll
to
wait.
say, my God, it's full of stars.
Nice.
Nice. Very nice. Yeah.
If I may, one of the things I really liked is that they decided that they were not going to screw this up because of the actors they chose. So they went out and found actors who had previous iconic roles in fantasy to fit the role they wanted. So anyone who's a Doctor Strange, anyone who's a Doctor Strange fan will know about Mordo.
Right.
And they found an actor who had played a character that had the same basic outlook on life and the way he did things, the way he looked at the world. And they went and found that actor, and they got him to play Mordo.
What had he played before?
He was the knight from Serenity.
He was also
right.
Yeah.
And then, of course, the woman who played...
Wasn't he in 7 Years a Slave?
I'm not sure. I didn't see that. But then, of course, they also found the woman who played Gabriel in Constantine and gave her a role.
Great.
And you could just see that she was just asked to
Tilda
take the
Swinton.
personality from that and the humor from it and just embody it in this character. And that's the other thing about it.
Yeah.
They learned the correct lesson from Deadpool, and the fact you don't need to make things over the top, raunchy, all incredible jokes, but having those little light moments of humor. And you'll see them when you watch this movie, where you'll see things she'll do, or Wong has been mentioned as a humor point, and just the way they interact, and the humor is there, but it's not overpowering. It's just an undercurrent, and there's a lot of intellectual humor, which I find rewarding, since he was a doctor, so that's the type of humor he would have.
I didn't find his humor to be intellectual.
No.
I didn't find it strange.
A little.
Not really. He named...
I said a little.
Well, but they set it up with his music things in the opera.
that was it,
Well,
though.
that's fine.
And that was the
But
angle.
It's
But
the idea that he has a perfect memory, in that he's being snarky and he's being lofty and he's being ego. And
Right.
That's what influences his humor.
But-
Yeah, there's one
but-
word that encompasses all that, Brian. You can just call it haughty.
Yeah.
H-A-U-G-H-T-Y.
That's
But
a good way.
My point is, naming band names is not intellectual.
Well, it wasn't that he was naming band names; he was naming people who only used one name. They
Right.
didn't use
That's
the last name.
that's pulling up a list of
Let
Wikipedia.
me just say on an alternate note that I feel that the chairman of the Federal Reserve Bank should not be decided by presidential nomination. It should be decided by Thunderdome Combat, and the winner should be named Sorcerer Supreme. This is what I feel now.
So,
Okay.
so would it have
Thank
been?
you.
Would it have been Sorcerer Supreme Alan Greenspan?
Yes.
Well, maybe you might have broke
That
a
is
hip.
sexy hot. I mean,
I mean, let me hold. It roll. Sorcerer Supreme Bernanke. Stop it.
Yeah.
It rolls.
It does. It rolls right.
You
on
just
the,
want to be the sorcerer.
I
Supreme
do.
now.
I do. God help me.
You want
wanna
to
be his king.
chairman?
I mean-
You want to be chairman of the Fed?
Economists are already wizards.
If it
I
comes
mean,
with that coat,
Right,
I'll do
right.
whatever.
Whatever, baby.
We just want the cape. Screw everything.
Right.
I love. Fuck this. Sorry.
Oh, Dan is the
Screw
one
the
that
cape,
messes it
yeah.
up. Okay, go ahead.
Screw the cape. Just the outfit he was wearing underneath it, man. That was.
Oh, that was great.
Oh, that was good stuff.
Oh
Yes.
my god! I was like, damn, I want that.
I'm
I
bummed-
need to work out for
I'm
I'm 6
bummed that
months.
this movie came out after Halloween because that
Yeah,
outfit
the
was
costume
kick-ass.
design for these characters, for these wizards and mages and sorcerers, was just spectacular.
Well, what's the name of it? Because whatever he's wearing, it's like traditional clothing of some kind. I mean,
Wizard stuff. No, I'm just kidding. I
have
have
no
no
idea.
idea.
Suit? I don't know.
No,
I just slandered someone's culture.
But
I'm sure.
I mean, even the Sorcerer Supremes, all of her costumes just looked spectacular.
Yeah.
And the evil wizards, their costumes looked great. Like, I'm playing Skyrim right now, and I always wear mage robes because they always look super cool. And I wanted to see super cool mage robes in this movie,
Yeah.
and I saw super cool mage robes in this movie.
Yeah, I saw some Assassin's Creed influence.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right,
baby.
with the
Hey.
big hoods
Yeah.
that come down over the
I
eyes.
can never get my hood to do that. On one side always goes floppy. Or
We need to put wire in it.
Is that what they do?
I just want to ask him: am I the only one that when the Sorcerer Supreme first came out, because they showed her from the back shot, did anybody else go, "Hey, who put Aang the Last Airbender in this"?
Right?
Yes.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I did
Yes.
expect for just an instant. I expected to see some bending. I was like, come on
Right.
now.
Right?
And
Okay,
then,
all
and
right,
then the
I'm better.
baldness is like, where's the arrow?
Right? Where's
Well, she was a building bender.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No doubt.
Yeah,
I build architecture.
I also really liked her explanation of how they wielded their magic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
which seemed really kind of scientific to me, which reminded me of the Wells character, because Wells says there's no such thing as magic. There's only super advanced science that
The
we
source
don't
code
know
of
about.
the universe.
We don't understand yet.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I feel like I don't know if this is kind of spoilery or not, but the way that they use their magic doesn't feel like practical mage D&D magic.
Oh no.
No.
Well, that's where they get into the difference between a hermetic mage and a thaumaturgist. Okay, a thaumaturgist has the somatic components. You need to draw out the symbols. You need to have the items. You need to make your runes look just right. Shit needs to line up.
Yeah.
Because if it don't, it all sputters out.
Porter to hell opens. Everyone
Yeah,
dies.
man.
Yeah, one or the other.
The
Or wait,
math-
we're in Macy's.
The
yeah.
math is important.
Right.
I
This
like-
was very math-oriented.
Again, you guys can answer this better than I can because, like I said, I don't know the franchise, but I like how they pulled in the cosmology of the multidimensionality because
that
they did
was
so
trippy. That was cool.
in a way that was simple and kind of made sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't really difficult to understand the multi-dimension theme that she was explaining
It
to
wasn't.
him.
Yeah.
It wasn't like the multi-worlds theory of quantum mechanics.
Yeah, thank you. There was no quantum mechanics in her explanation into the multi-dimension, and that made it really easy for a layman to understand.
You say theory, I say wild blind guess, but whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever. But the laminate theory of universes where you can peel one layer back
Yeah.
and then the next, the astral plane, the mirror, the other, the all of the like panes
multiverse.
of glass in a multiverse was really, really well done.
And I love the fracture. That was
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
That was a good scene when he uses,
the mirror dimension.
Should
all that.
we get into spoilers? Does anybody have any general comments? Because maybe we get into spoilers so we can talk specifics.
Well, I got one general. My favorite foreign actor is in this movie, the big bad, Mads Mikkelsen.
Oh yeah, he's
Yeah.
good.
Absolute badass.
Yeah.
First thing I ever remembered him from was King Arthur with Clive Owen, which is amazing. He played Hannibal. He's also in Valhalla Rising. Trying to think what else. There's a fourth really big one he's in. But anyway, one of the best foreign actors that I've seen in a long, long time.
Yeah, speaking of the big bad, the makeup effects that they did
Yeah.
on his eyes.
I spent a long time
Yeah.
going,
Yeah.
look, how can I do that? 'Cause that was
fantastic.
really
That
good.
was-
I mean-
they did it on others too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm sure there
Oh, yeah.
there was some CGI to,
Oh, God.
to
That
throw
was
in the
all
glowing
CG.
red.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't.
No, I mean there was an underlay of just practical effect.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
no, there was
but-
like mad glitter makeup going on there that was
The
hey,
glisten,
dude, don't laugh.
the glisten CG. You can't do that with the lighting and the way they did it.
Yeah,
That
I
was
agree.
really
Dan's
CG.
absolutely. And if you
It's good stuff.
if you start every time they really showed it,
Yeah.
you'll notice he was stationary.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he was full on frontal camera.
There was some
Again
full on
and again.
frontal going on there. I get you. It was and it
I
was
love-
extreme close up full on
Okay,
frontal.
I can't
Yeah.
yet. That's a spoiler. Never
Which
mind.
makes it easier for the
the CG guys.
But he plays a lot of bad guys, and he is a badass. Love
Yeah.
him. Love him to death.
Very very good. Do we have other general? How far are we in?
We're about 21.
Yeah, we're only like 20 minutes into it.
Okay, go ahead.
Without revealing anything.
Get up
On
on the
mic.
get up on the
Close to
mic.
the mic.
Sorry.
There you go. If you can't hear you, we can't hear you.
Nope.
There you
enough.
go.
The fight sequences, when they happened, we mentioned that they were well lit and they made sense. But one thing I really liked is, despite the fact they were using magic in a way that we could understand and it wasn't special effectsy, but it also
Sort of.
it showed the consequences of everything that happened. There are fight scenes where if A happens, then you know B is going to happen, and hey, it happened, as opposed to some random thing like he bounces off the wall and he's fine. No, he bounces off the wall and he gets up
It hurts.
slowly. It hurts.
yeah.
And
Well, and that was one of the things that we have seen as a general theme, and this is not without the character backgrounds, is that recently, or at least I think there's been a bit of a predominance of there's a giant fight and everybody gets right back up without being hurt.
Yeah.
Everyone has a healing factor in the Marvel universe now. When we know that Hawkeye, Ant-Man,
Daredevil.
Daredevil's got a little bit of a healing factor, but Ant-Man, Hawkeye, Black Widow. No healing factor there.
No.
What's his face? As we all learned, Rhodey from War Machine. no healing factor there. So it was really nice to see in Doctor Strange people, like you said, bounce off walls and go, ow.
People get stabbed.
Well, but I would disagree. I absolutely agree in terms of what you're saying, but I would disagree in terms of Daredevil, at least with the Netflix franchise with the Punisher and stuff, because what's making those fight scenes so attractive is the fact that they hurt.
They are incredibly humanizing.
Like that hallway.
The hallway scene. Yeah. No, but an episode and a half later, he's fine. I mean, then that's like 2 days.
The Punisher was down for a minute.
Well, yeah. Well, the Punisher got jumped by 9
Daredevil
guys,
season 1 got put on the couch for episodes.
This is true.
Yeah.
This is true. But it was. But I like that it would the Doctor Strange movie. These were all. There was no healer of the group. If you think like World of Warcraft, like we all go into fight, and then we go, okay,
the support class.
and there's a flash of green. There's a flash of green magic, and everybody gets back up because they're all healed. Like there was none of that.
Well, there was a flash of green magic.
It makes it harder. Like for example, I like Thor. I like the character. I like the actor who played. I like Thor. I'm just saying that
Sif and his band of heroes.
It makes it harder to empathize, feel for Thor because he gets shot and it's just like Backstreet Boy. Damn, he's back. I mean, right?
He
gets thrown through a mountain.
That's an interesting analogy. I like that.
Well, larger than life.
I mean,
yeah. Well, that's the same problem they have with characters that are invulnerable. Is it like how do you make the fight scenes? How do you get the audience engaged in the fight and feel the tension of the fight?
Yeah.
Because
there's normal folks.
There's
and
no
there's
risk.
Backstreet Boys.
Yeah.
Like that's the problem I had with Luke Cage is in his fights. It's like okay, he's getting shot.
So
what? Yeah, it's like what? Okay, so he just walks in, whoops everybody, walks out.
Yeah, that was my point. When you introduce invulnerability as a story element, you then have to raise the stakes through the roof. Mm-hmm. That's why Superman always has the fate of the world. It's never anything less than that.
Right, or at least the fate of Lois Lane. One of the two.
Well,
that's a
one
good
of the things
point.
that they
he's never stopping a bakery muggery,
Right?
or a bakery mugging.
No, Superman's like, you know what? I just really feel for Harlem.
That's what Supergirl's for, to stop the bakery mugging.
Yeah, and Spider-Man. Spider-Man captures like regular guys who are robbing the bakery.
And he's pretty much invulnerable too.
Did anybody else notice as the fights went on, the more magic that was used, the more physically taxed the mages looked throughout the battle?
Oh, yeah.
Like when the first fight, the first real fight that we see with Strange when he's summoning and is getting his butt kicked. He goes to summon again, and it looks like it's physically taxing on his body.
Yeah. Loved it.
And I think that's an aspect of magic that doesn't get enough representation, and it was very small, but I noticed it.
Yeah, the sputters.
Yeah.
So
I noticed it every time it was done. Even the ancient one, the Sorcerer Supreme, even her magic usage was taxing on her body.
See, so I read this other series, and there's like 7 or 8 books in it.
Cosmic power, itty bitty living space.
Right, well, there's this author Benedict Jacka. Does the Alex Verus series, and it's all about mages in London and this whole thing. And this guy is he's a diviner, so he sees outcomes, probabilities, so he can shuffle through the near futures and see like, oh, the guy's going to shoot me in the shoulder in 3, 2, need to move. It's really an interesting series the way
like
that it's done.
Nicolas Cage movie.
Better. Except because he's not Nicolas Cage. So, but one of the things that so there are 2 schools of thought. There's this energy that can be pulled out, a la Benedict Jacka, that a mage who's a proper mage can do. Like, okay, if I'm a lightning mage and I can call lightning, then I can go, okay, lightning bolt, lightning bolt, lightning bolt. And I can do that all day long because all I need to do is I know how to go lightning bolt. And it's no tax on me. The magic is here. The energy is like in the multi-layers that we were talking about. And all I do is go lightning bolt, lightning bolt, lightning bolt, lightning bolt, lightning bolt. And if you're like a normal human that's in that car, I'll get you eventually because I'm just going to melt the roof and then I'm going to go through the furniture and then I'm going to kill you. Because doing lightning bolt all day long
how many spell slots
is not
do you have?
is not taxing on me. So what they tend to do in that universe is they've got like I'm a lightning bolt mage. So I can.
Are they that specific?
You're a fire mage, you're an energy mage, you're a time mage, you're a healing mage. You get one shot, and as long as you're one shot, I can go. Oh well, I could pick up a light bulb and use tiny little lightning bolts to fire it, and I can do whatever you get really creative with your one trick pony.
Yeah.
Whereas the other school of thought is that it's physically taxing on you. You are a conduit for something happening. Which do you prefer as a group?
I don't know, man. The Night Side series, the main character has one ability, and that's the ability to find things.
Mm-hmm.
And he gets really clever with it.
Yeah.
And seeing the ways in which you get that clever with something that specific is really neat.
Agreed.
I don't like there to be no cost to the usage of power. There's got to be some sort of consequence.
Are you saying that the bill always comes due?
Yeah, right.
Okay.
So it's just, either you store up the power or there's got to be some sort of consequence. Otherwise, what's to stop you from just doing it
all the time?
I'm saying that the bill always comes due, but if you're the Sorcerer Supreme and you run the Federal Reserve, it takes a really long time.
Yeah, you just print
You
more
print
money.
your own money. There it is.
That's paid.
Econ jokes.
Oh, it gives a new meaning to hyperinflation.
Is that what you call your penis?
That's what she said.
No, I think that
We went there.
I call mine diminishing returns.
Oh, he's got a problem with the marginal utility.
that
was good, wasn't it?
So that's nice. Does that fall under microeconomics for you?
All right, that's 6 economist jokes tonight. Let's see if we can get to 10.
Okay,
Just throw it
it's
out
easy.
there.
It's easy to do. It's easy to do.
Well, you got 4 more.
We may have reached the point of diminishing returns, but what's really going to hit us is the paradox of thrift later in the evening.
Well, statistics.
People are going to
explain
just save up
everything.
their jokes for later. Go
Well,
ahead.
is that a
Statistics-
giffen good in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me?
Boom! Well
Right.
played, sir. Okay. So now that we're at 9 and we've alienated most of our listeners,
We're down to 3.
Would you describe your sex life as Keynesian?
No, I would say I put my pants down and she took a look at my laugher curve.
that's 10.
Hey guys, 10 out of 10 is just a statistic, and statistics can
All right.
be used to tell anything.
Oh, that's beauteous. All right, so are we moving to spoilers?
Yes.
I don't know, Rico. What do
Yeah,
you think?
because
You
the
got-
only
got
one
any
listening
econ
now
jokes
is
over
your
there?
wife.
Oh. Rico? We may have broken Rico with the
No,
econ
I'm
joke.
good.
Okay.
No, I'm the physically taxing magic is the best way.
Is it?
to
Yeah.
represent it?
I thought it was really well done. The way they did it was, you were right. As it kept going, it was just like, I'm going to make a building appear out of nothing.
Well, we'll explain in the spoilers why I feel the way I feel. The way she
But-
explains magic.
But should magic be like passing a kidney stone? The bigger the kidney stone, the more
yes,
it...
it should be.
And the longer you do it, the bigger the hole for the kidney stone to go through.
Final Fantasy did it really well in the games because you had a certain amount of that you could cast energy in. Harder spells cost more energy, but for the same idea, any spell school, any magic ideal, it's got to be taxing mentally, physically, or both. There are some where you get wounds if you do too much magic. You start using.
Okay, I'm getting.
Turn off your mic before you masturbate with it. There you go.
I didn't.
I know you didn't. Okay.
We know you didn't turn the mic off. We heard it.
But see, here's the thing, and there is no magic, okay? And the way this works, the way it does, is because of constant composition of matter and energy combined with the laws of thermodynamics indicate that there is a balance even across dimensional lines. That's that if you pull power from one dimension into this dimension, it has to go somewhere. There has to be a flow. It has to
The
balance.
second
back
law
out.
of thermodynamics, is that what you're saying magic is?
Yes, thank you.
All I hear
But here's my... Well, okay,
is
well...
bullshit,
I didn't want to
bullshit.
confuse the peasants.
No, but if you're talking about the second law of thermodynamics and you pull energy from another, does it from another universe or another dimension? Does it replenish osmotically, if you will, or diffusely, or
Yes,
does it
and that's
snap? Or does it snap back?
No, it osmotically, and that's what causes the delay in the bill coming due, and that causes a problem with human beings who don't connect A and B. They don't connect the magic with the cost.
Or you're pulling the energy from the other realm, and the reason you're getting tired is part of your energy is going to that realm as payment. And since the energy you pull undoubtedly is mundane to them, and it's extreme in our case, the same is true the other way. So the energy you're taking is the same as you're giving away. In their equivalent dimensions, but when you put them in the opposite dimensions, it's radical. It's against our fabric of existence.
We need to talk about
And
the
they-
spell effects and
explodes.
what dimensions those
what
spells
we're
are
talk-
coming from.
What we're talking about is drain, and I think the drain. I think the drain has a separate source. I think there's a cost to the magic, but then I think the drain that we're noting is actually just the It's the taxation of you acting as a conduit for energy that wasn't originally
Yeah.
in this dimension.
Yeah.
Understood. However, I would like to see them introduce at some point that snapback is your paradox effect.
From,
It
like Mage
is
the
the
Ascension.
it is the universe trying to right itself in the only way that it knows how. Is that paradigm driven? I don't know. Is it
Yeah.
is it consensus driven? I don't know, but that's a discussion.
As long
for
as
we've
entropy
wandered. Josh is starting to look like he doesn't know what room he's in anymore.
As long as entropy always increases.
It's such an amazing conversation. I can't wait to get into it.
Are we going there? We were waiting on you. You're the last holdout.
I'm there.
Are we going to spoilers?
I said what my favorite type of display of magic was. I thought that was the final question.
Is it spoiler time? Are we going to spoilers?
Yeah, it's your show, it's your world. I'm
All
just
right,
living in it.
so would you watch it again?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Would you pay full theater price to see it again?
But no.
All right. Would you watch it again?
I would watch again, and I'd only pay full theater price if I'm going with someone who hasn't seen it before.
Because you're going to watch them. You're a voyeur. You're a perv. Okay. Would you watch it again?
Yes, and I would let JC pay for my second time to go see it.
Nice. The Economist. Hey, as chairman of the Fed, you could probably spring him a ticket. Dan,
Sorcerer Supreme.
Sorcerer Supreme. Sorry. Would you watch it again?
I am going to go see it again because I have to take my kids or they'll kill me.
I'm gonna go see it on Sunday. Same thing. So
Girlfriend.
you're gonna pay
Yeah.
theater price for it again. So
Right.
good on you, Rico.
We're probably matinee.
we're matinee.
There
That Rico, would you go see it again?
Absolutely.
Would you pay theater price?
In a second. In a heartbeat.
Nice. I will be doing so the day after today. Apparently, given what time it is. Yeah, absolutely worth going to see. Worth paying theater price to see it.
Yeah.
Stick around to the very, very end. It's
totally.
like
No, seriously, the very, very end. Like, after the credits and everything.
yeah, like
After-
when the
after
words are
for-
gone from the
You
screen.
mean like it's a Marvel movie?
yeah, you'd think like
Yeah.
we don't have to tell you that again. When all the
around.
words go away, stay there for 10
Yeah.
more seconds.
I called that.
Stay there till the
second
lights.
one. I
Stay
called
there
that.
till the
Stick
lights
around
come on.
after the first preview.
No. Don't listen to him. After the words all go away, count 1001, 1002, go to 10, and then just watch what happens, and then you can leave.
Wait for the
Don't
lights.
confuse them.
Wait
They
for the
won't know
lights.
how to follow the. Wait for the lights to come up. Yeah.
Yeah, as soon as he said,
Danger, Will Robinson. Danger, Will Robinson. Spoilers ahead. Spoilers ahead. The following will contain spoilers. Abandon all hope, ye who enter here.
the bill always comes due. I'm like, oh, he's the next bad guy.
There you go. So, ladies and gentlemen, spoilers. Spoilers alert. Everybody say spoilers.
We already did spoilers. I even did the air horn thing. Come
Okay.
on.
Well, no, I've got a spoiler alert thing that's going to now, that
in
about 10
case-
seconds ago, murdered everyone's ears.
In
It's
case
wonderful.
you guys didn't know, this is the spoiler section of the podcast.
There you go.
But I just, yeah.
All right. So, spoilers.
Surprise! I guess.
What just happened?
All right. So, Rico,
Yeah.
spoilers. Let's do this.
Okay. The way that magic is represented in this movie is that it's taking energy from the other dimensions. It's not you actually casting spells. It's you taking energy from the infinite dimensions that you can't normally tap into, or that the mundane people can't tap into. You're not doing anything magic. I feel like it's.
Are you now a Wellesian?
Yep,
There
I
is
sure
no
am.
magic? You suck.
I sure am.
They're creating
I sure am.
wormholes.
And this movie cemented that for me because they're taking energy. They
Nope.
said, and she said,
Nobody
all right,
heard. Nobody
she
heard.
said energy from the other dimension. She's not, and the ancient ones before her, they called it spells. But what it really was just harnessing energy
Yeah.
from
program.
other dimensions.
There's
And
just-
So
Step
running
more.
the program.
Conduit.
Source code
Yeah,
of the
running
universe.
the program.
yeah, and that's why I'm now a Wellesian, because it's absolutely right. There's nothing magic about it. It
Jackson's
is,
over here.
Deep Space Nine wormholes. It's science.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
yeah. That's exactly what it is.
It's only a matter
So I'd
of
love.
time.
So I'd love to get that user manual. Is all I'm saying.
Yeah, right.
I really dug the shields.
I just want to do the hello world. That's all I want to do.
Yeah, that would be good enough for me.
I like it.
Because then I can figure the rest out myself.
Right?
I loved the shields. I didn't. Okay, in the beginning, I didn't follow the orange ropey thing.
It's an energy whip, basically.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah, but
Like,
it's
like
solid,
the
but it's not solid.
It's the basic weapon they seem to all be able to do. That's like the hello world of weapons.
yeah, I guess so.
Kinetic weaponry. I don't know.
Yeah, he was like, make a weapon. And it was like, here's a string? Like, I was like, what, really?
Somebody.
And I went right back to Johnny Mnemonic with the monomolecular whip.
Yeah,
I was
right.
like,
Yeah.
Yep.
okay, so why isn't this just slicing through people? And it was like, okay, it's
Yeah.
not that. I don't know. I liked the fight scenes.
Yeah.
It was some good
That
shit.
opening sequence where they like string the guy up and then cut it. I'm like, why are you doing all of this? This seems overly complicated. Can you just have like knifed the guy?
Right?
Well, he did. He did.
Well, no, that made sense. That made sense because I'm assuming he's magical. So when they suspended him
To hold his
drawn
hands
quarter
apart,
stop,
yeah.
now he can't cast.
Right.
Well, yeah, I understand that, but it was still like if you just take him from by surprise, stab him in the face a whole bunch.
Then I'd monomolecular whip your head off. At least one of you is going with me.
I think it was also a way of, once again, proving his leadership to his minions. He has to make a ceremony of the fact that he's going back, he's bringing them back with him, and he is killing the librarian in a very ritualized
It did
manner.
seem ritualistic, didn't
And-
it?
Yeah, that's, I was
It's
like,
all-
what are we unlocking the books? Are we? It's
Well,
like, what's the ritual here?
Also,
accomplishing?
it's a certain amount of respect in certain cultures how you die. In the fact that he had a basket waiting and he caught the head and he severed it, it was a clean way to die. There was no torture or anything. There was respect. I'm killing you. You're dying, but I'm
I don't know.
not torturing
Yeah.
you.
It kind of
Plus-
looked to be in a lot of pain.
Hey,
Plus, it's also like as a storyteller, right? You know, you say to yourself, "I want the head to go into the kettle, and I want there to be a dung, and that's your payout. that's your dramatic pop.
Yeah.
And
That
how do
made
I
me
get
laugh.
from point A to point B? And you're like, yeah, they draw and quarter to the guy, and then dung, and then there it is, and you don't worry about the 1 in 10 fans that's going to be a dick and ask that question.
Yeah, it was very samurai.
Nice.
I liked it. Very samurai.
Yes.
Yeah, the dong when it like hit the pot.
That was the payoff. That was the
I
whole
laughed.
point.
I mean, it was like,
Yeah.
As reflexively as they were casting their weapons, you have to bound a mage by his hands in this universe, in this movie. It looks like
yeah.
because Steven was able to
Well,
draw
but
that whip super quick and
It's more
super
about
easy.
binding the arms, really, because the one guy didn't have a hand.
Yeah, well,
yeah.
that's
I mean,
true.
he
But
had a
I'll tell you
stump.
what,
He had a
if you
stump.
bind his hands and feet, his cape will kick your ass. That's
Well-
what I'm saying.
Well,
Hey,
it
question-
seems very somatic gestures in this. Sorry, I'm interrupting.
No, you're fine. I was going to say one question I wanted to ask to the group because this is something that I wanted more of is more explanation about all these damn relics that they have. Like anything.
Where'd they come from?
Well, just any kind of background or just a snippet of anything. I
they-
thought that would have been cool.
They very, very, very briefly explained it in the fact that, and this leads to the theory that we get tired with magic as we're drawing it in, because they said that our bodies can only hold so much magic, so we find items that can hold more magic
because
and survive.
the more powerful the magic, the
Greater the strain.
The less control you're going to have over it. So
Yeah.
you make these relics to contain all that excess energy.
No,
and
no,
you
I-
just put
And
specific
you
get
realize,
that.
and you realize
I-
the jerk at the table who's saying, "I'd really like to know more about relics," is the first person that had one in game.
Well,
Hey.
but
I distributed to the group, you mother.
I see where Josh is coming from, though, because, for example, I wanted the story behind his cape.
Yeah, it's just like
The
you're-
cape of levitation.
When
the
they-
cape
I
of
wanted- yeah.
levitation.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, when they look at him and say, "You got the cape of levitation," how about a little background?
Like,
on
why is that
anything?
so cool?
Yeah, just like why is
Like,
that
I was
such
waiting
a
for a
deal?
little ding, 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 and
Exactly.
Salazar Slytherin first had this cape. in
Exactly.
1820.
It looked like a Wikipedia pop up on the bottom of the screen.
That would be
No.
awesome.
VH1 pop-up video.
Yeah, right.
blurb.
Why is it got to
So,
be
wait.
VH1?
This was
because
the
they had
group.
pop-up video.
This was the group that gave Rico shit for how many months about being Guardian Ostrich. The entire group and then somebody gets a cape of levitation, and you all wouldn't just be like, "Woo!"
You know
over
why?
it. Yes, you would.
Because everybody got presents, and we're good.
Right.
So
I
no
guess.
one cares.
But no, but
I got two
that would take it for me from like a 4 to a 4.5 because I think that would be cool and very interesting to know.
Yeah, that definitely did seem missing there. It's like, okay, these are relics, cool.
Well, one thing that did bother me is he took the eye, he did the experiment, they yelled at him, they didn't make him put it back, and he's wearing it. I mean, granted, it's like 2 minutes after they yelled at him on this, but
They didn't really have time.
he's wearing it, and they're not.
Pun,
He's got a
pun not
relic.
intended.
he's got a relic, and they're all amazed. You got the Cape of Levitation, but he's wearing the eye, which has a frickin' Infinity Stone in it, and they're amazed about the cape.
Well,
Well, they were amazed about the eye too. They were like, "How in the hell did you manage to
That's
cast that?"
true statement. True
Well,
statement.
and it was sort of. I really thought with the eye more than the cape. The cape was like a thing, but the eye it was. You got that? Oh, and you got it open? Okay, I'm gonna be quiet because it was like holy crap.
Well, there was
What are you gonna say?
There was a scene when Strange was sparring with Mordo in the courtyard, and he asked, "When do I get my relic?" And Mordo told him, "When you're ready, that the relic chooses you."
Mm-hmm.
So the fact that Strange was able to even wield the eye when the Sorcerer Supreme couldn't, the Ancient One couldn't, means that the eye had, in fact, chosen Strange to be able to wield it. Because the spell looked pretty simple. Anybody could have done it.
Yeah, gesture.
I mean,
spin your
gesture,
hand.
gesture, spin the hand, open the eye. And if
He's
anybody
reading it out of a
could
book.
wield that, if anybody could have, but it was one of the Ancient One's private book selection. So at any time, she could have wielded the eye. But we saw her multiple times at the globe observing the barrier, and the eye was sitting right there. She never once picked it up and never once put it
touched
on.
it.
Never touched it. So she probably couldn't open it. Because
But at the end, she was talking about how she has seen multiple futures.
Yeah, and
How did she see them?
Well, not with the eye, because the eye is just a receptacle that holds the time Infinity Stone.
but that's also it's a specific kind of magic that's forbidden, remember? Because they were talking about how you don't do this kind of magic because you can cause fractures in time that are irreversible that mess up everything.
Yeah,
forever.
guardian angel.
Do you think she really would have cared about that since she was harnessing energy from the...
Well, she
Yeah,
obviously did.
do you really think Guardian
Hey.
Angel would care about that because he keeps going back? I'm sorry, which one are we talking about?
Hey,
Her. We're
Which
talking
brings
about
us to the topic: do the ends justify the means?
Absolutely.
Totally. Yes.
What?
Don't think about it. You're as much of a proponent of the singularity as I am, despite what the cost is
Yeah.
going to be.
I didn't like the Morlocks.
The ends do
anyway.
justify the means.
Only because we're putting the choice in their hands.
Right.
You remove that and make it me forcing my will on them with the higher cost.
Right.
I'm not liberating anyone. I'm a tyrant.
Yeah, promoting slavery.
Nobody liked the Morlocks anyway. You were good.
Oh.
The Morlocks have nothing to do with the singularity.
Dude. No, I know.
Just
I'm
let it let it die.
not gonna let it die.
Just
No.
let it die.
No. They're already dead.
On a less supernatural note, I wanted to point out that there was some really great just story here.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Especially in the intro.
Don't text.
Character
Don't text
development.
and drive.
Yes.
Yeah,
totally.
That's one.
On a rainy night.
Two things I thought were particularly brilliant. One, the way they did the scene where he woke up with his hands.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I don't care whether you liked him or not going into that moment. You could not help but empathize with that man in that moment. That's when I bonded
Or
with
pity
him.
him.
Yeah.
What, exactly. Pity
I mean,
him.
that was just whoa.
Yeah, once you pity a character,
Yeah.
you're in.
Yeah, you
That's the
empathize with
story.
the character, yeah.
The second one that I really, really liked, because I was sitting here going, okay, how do we get from this doctor and this accident to this hyper-rational man? I'm going in search of magic. How do we get there?
Oh sure.
And their device of having the one patient who had miraculously recovered,
Yeah.
and Strange going looking for him, not looking for magic, but looking for
The answer.
how did you do that?
Yeah.
Right. Scientifically.
Fantastic device, really well done.
Well, one of the things I really liked that was in the storyline and wasn't magic oriented is that the superhero, the superpowered, the protagonist, he didn't get the girl. I mean, they played with it throughout the entire movie about the tumultuous relationship, about how she was his colleague, and all that stuff. But even at the end, you could tell he didn't get the girl. She might be waiting for him. She might not. But
Good observation. Do you know why?
I don't know from the comic series.
He can't get the girl yet on a story level, from my opinion. Okay, because
It's like Iron Man.
his central flaw, his central darkness, is what?
Ego.
Arrogance.
Has that truly been resolved? Has he
Hell
overcome that?
no.
Then he
No.
can't get the girl.
He set it aside for a moment.
That's
He did.
Yes.
And that was and the way they orchestrated that is the answer to why you said no. Is even when he makes the supreme sacrifice, the point of the movie. The reason why the message of the movie is
That's
why
how I
hate
push
it.
back on you.
It's
Because
why I hate it. It's not
Hey.
all about me. How dare you?
Because the pushback on that, JC, is that he did put aside his arrogance because
No.
yes,
No, he did not.
He
No,
put
he
aside
didn't.
his arrogance. Because
No, he didn't, because-
why?
I
No,
agree.
why?
I agree with these two.
Because he said,
put aside his arrogance.
you're trapped in this time, this loop, that makes you my prisoner. He asserted his dominance
it's all about
over this.
me.
Yeah.
He's like,
I am going to
winning.
make this sacrifice. I am going to win so everybody else can live.
But he was willing to give up his existence for Earth if that went
Not
on.
giving
his
up his
turn.
existence.
No,
He's not
Josh,
giving it up.
he's brilliant.
Doing that, stuck in that
He's still
loop.
existing.
Josh,
Wow.
he's brilliant. He knows all he has to do to win is commit.
yeah.
Right. You are trapped by me.
Yeah, you're
now
my prisoner.
Yeah, the trap is you get to destroy me over and over, and I'll lose again and again and again and again and again. Gotcha, don't I? Go ahead, blow me away. I'm here to bargain.
coming right
blow me
back.
away.
And like 5 or 6 or
Oh,
7
yeah.
different ways of
As
killing
if
it.
killing
Yeah.
the bard amuses us.
Well, you know what it really was, though? It was this scene of him dying over and over
really
again.
good.
It reminded me of war games. It reminded me of them trying to teach it
Yes.
with tic-tac-toe.
Yes.
Yes.
Finally, he looks at him and goes,
Fine.
interesting game. The only winning move is
Not
not,
to play.
Yes.
Boom, give me some love.
Yeah.
Yes, and in that moment, Doctor Strange be like, I have trapped you. Oh, I've given myself so they can all live, but you are it's all about me.
And he's got an infinite amount of time
Yep.
to do it.
Yeah.
And an
Exactly.
infinite amount of lives. I can do this all day long. Squish. Like I said, let's do this all
See,
day
I
long.
think
Squish.
the what's
Yep.
his nuts, the bad guy,
Who?
would have been. It's like if you torture anyone for long enough, they're gonna break.
yeah, you're going to get bored
And
with
so,
it.
You
That's,
just
uh,
you don't
yeah.
kill the guy. You just make him be in severe pain for eternity.
Well, and that's why I really
And then
didn't
he
think that
injured
squish, squish,
himself.
squish, and had to go like, hey, how about getting inventive about it?
Right.
Yeah, I'm with you. No, I get what you're
'Cause
saying.
like all this rope, all this infinite cosmic power, and all you do is kill the guy over and over again.
well, but then again, you got to remember, this is an entity that is both beyond time and death.
Yeah.
right.
It doesn't have a concept, maybe, of prolonged agony.
But it
no
can-
time, no concept of prolonged agony.
And it also you have
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
to,
Maybe.
and all of the
Maybe.
humans
Yeah,
it
it
dealt
wouldn't
with.
necessarily have occurred to it.
Yeah,
all-
that's what I'm saying.
All the humans it dealt with, they were afraid of death, so it viewed death as the ultimate thing to use on a human to convince them because they all wanted to avoid death.
Yeah,
but
it's the bigger
yeah.
gun game.
But it's capable of learning, and it's like I can't
Really
I can't
not,
kill
actually.
him. It's
I will torture
Well, it
you for
did.
eternity.
Well,
then.
it
And it might not even have a concept of quote unquote killing so much as dominating, because it seems to be an entity driven by domination.
right. You must be. Resistance is futile. You will be assimilated.
Assimilated.
Yeah.
One thing I really liked about the movie, changing subjects, is that it found a formula that it just mapped it all out, and it built a wonderful storyline, but it found a formula that it decided was going to work, and all it needed to do is fill it with the correct actors and get the scenes correctly. Now, I have talked to so many people who watch superhero films, and generally regard Green Lantern as a horrible introductory film, and that's because
Yeah.
I mean, but
because it was bad.
yes,
Yeah.
but if you take the plot
Hot
points,
Wheels cars. I mean, come on.
if you take the plot points from that movie and overlay them on Doctor Strange, it is almost point for point. You have a guy who has been
Yeah,
carefree
I
his
see what you're
entire
saying.
life. He can't connect with people. A girl in his own profession that he's known forever and worked with, but never really made the time to relate to, and never always dodged the responsibilities of life or death. She was getting on his case for not being in the ER, but instead doing things where he could be talented. The same holds true. Suddenly, he's imbued with this power.
Are you
After
going to
an
go through
accident.
the entire plot point of both movies simultaneously?
'Cause
Well, no,
we
but
get it.
Because
really-
it's what you're doing.
We get it.
I apologize. You're right. It's just plot point for plot point. Enemies, the entire thing. It's the same idea, but they made it.
But
work,
it's
and-
better.
Yes,
Right.
they made
Yeah.
it work, and I love that.
I love the.
Well, but they also have a problem. Here's
What's that?
my only. And this is why the movie got a 4.5 for me, not a 5. Ultimately, not knowing the Doctor Strange franchise, here's what I have to say. Doctor Strange is Tony Stark with magic instead of technology. It's otherwise the exact
Well, and he's
same
poor.
story.
I can see
He was
that.
also poor.
Not
No.
really.
Yeah, no,
He's not Tony Stark 1%er,
Right.
But
Well, but he did blow through all of his money to try to get those stupid fingers
So
to
he's
work.
poor
Yeah.
too.
I mean,
But he also has
he's
access.
Tony-
But he's now got, he's now going to be, we know he's going to be the Sorcerer
That's right.
Supreme.
He's not yet,
Hey,
is he?
he's Tony Stark with magic and product placements for every watch brand, luxury watch brand.
Oh
in
my
the
God,
world.
that drawer,
Yeah.
holy crap! I did
That opulence was so delicious, and I want it in my life.
just like-
and it's
sexy,
because they were
wasn't
all they were spinning because they were all self-winding
Oh yeah,
watches.
just
were
like ooh,
Yeah.
product
That's what I
placement.
thought.
Product placement.
They
Well,
were
product
sexy.
placement.
That was sexy, wasn't it? It was. It was all hard.
Also,
wood,
I don't think the
mahogany,
Sorcerer
and sexy.
Supreme is going to need to worry about money then, since he's been given masterdom of a sanctum. Everything he needs is all provided for him, and he can use magic.
You think he has a personal chef?
right, but he still doesn't have money.
Well, he doesn't need money.
yeah, you
Right,
saw
I know.
Thor
Money
with the
for
I
it.
beer.
know,
It's
but
a-
he's still poor.
But that, damn, that
Oh,
does.
you're a dick. Dan is avoiding the point on purpose. I want that growler for beer. I want that picture
Yeah, I know,
for
right?
beer. That's
Oh,
all
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
saying.
Well, they need something better than that weak ass pilsner he was drinking.
No,
yeah.
It was
No
probably
shit.
knowing
Looks
Thor
like a
was
Bud Light.
it was probably mead.
no,
No,
GBS.
that was
It
mead.
wasn't.
No, that was beer. That was not
It was
mead.
probably mead.
that
It
was
not.
probably
I'll brew you up
PBR.
some
Had the-
mead with that ain't it.
It had the head of a beer and a light beer to boot.
Right.
Yeah, that was PBR. That was
So,
Oh.
can we talk about how the Ancient One is probably not the first one to draw energy from the Shadow Universe to
Oh,
prolong
totally.
their life?
Yeah.
Because they mentioned the originator of magic a long time ago, and then how they built the sanctums to protect Earth from the Shadow Realm. They don't mention how long they've ever lived, but as old as the magic is, and as old as the current Ancient One has been alive,
yeah.
can we assume that they all previously siphoned magic from the Shadow
Yeah.
Universe to prolong their life?
That brings up a
Absolutely.
question I had about the Ancient
could see
One
that.
is how did she avoid succumbing to what's his nuts? The bad guy.
Little tiny bits. Just little sips.
Yeah,
Sips.
just
little
a tip.
sips. That's all.
Just
Yeah.
a tip.
Yeah, probably little sips.
Little sips.
But
That's all.
she wasn't the first to do it because those
Yeah.
books looked a lot older than she did,
Yep.
and they Wong said that those books belonged to the Sorcerer Supreme's private collection, and only they could look at them.
No,
So-
they didn't say that.
Hey,
Well,
Well,
they
not
could
they,
look
well, not yeah, but those books belonged to them. It was part of their private collection.
at- right.
So that means the current Ancient Ones has siphoned, the one before her has siphoned, and just on and on and on since the originator of magic.
Well,
Oh,
you,
yeah.
you have to look at the Indian and how he originated. Rather than fighting the minions, he's like, well, we've already been proven that the Sorcerer Supreme is allowed to siphon. Why not just make a deal with him? So he flew into the realm and made a deal with him, and that's the same.
So who's
as
the bad
siphoning-
guy? Is it the leader of the Shadow Universe, or is it the sorcerers who have continually siphoned off his power for?
Well,
Oh
it depends on what
gosh,
they've done
age
with the power.
untold. Yeah, it's the Beauty and the Beast and Gaston thing all over
But-
again.
but wait a
Who's
minute.
really
There's
the
no
bad
bad guy
guy?
there.
Stockholm
But
syndrome.
wait a minute. What if I just take these little sips and do that to make a better world? I mean, I've diverted so many I've averted so many disasters.
Right.
I've done it time and time
come
again.
to this moment,
and there's
the moment
always
of my
ano-
death.
Yeah,
there's
but
always another one,
Would
right?
would those disasters have been averted had they even started to siphon energy out of the Shadowverse?
Mumra or whatever the hell his name is. Mumra. I cannot remember his damn name.
Thundercats?
He'd already assimilated all of those worlds. I assume that's what all the little globule things were.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what.
That's
I
the,
thought
that's
it
the
looked
crushed
like.
beer cans that
Yeah.
were the former
So
worlds.
he's coming for us regardless.
Well, they actually, to your point, they actually revealed your answer because they said it wanted Earth more than any other. Why would it want Earth more than any other? Because Earth's sorcerers had been stealing
his energy,
for
yeah.
so long.
Yeah,
It's
strippers.
just-
yeah.
That's
It's-
why he wanted it. He was
it's the-
tired of the BS.
It's
Did
the
we
itch
just-
I can't scratch.
Did we just reveal the true plot wherein the sorcerers are the villains of?
Yeah. Just like
Story.
Gaston
And you-
is the
and
good
you know
guy in
what?
Beauty and the Beast,
Hey,
and Beast is
hey.
the bad guy.
And you know what we need?
It's
You know what we need?
Belle is the villain.
You know what we need?
You
We need
stop it.
one sorcerer who's going to come to this realization and do the right thing and rid the world
Too many
of other
sorcerers.
Hey, based on your perception, this is a Christ-like story, either for the Mads Mikkelsen character or Doctor Strange. However way you look at it.
Oh yeah,
It's
Oh,
freaking.
yeah.
Well, you're
It's Lord of the Rings. It's the Christ-like story, whatever. And I'm not trying to get theological
Get
or
on it.
anything, but it's interesting.
Based on what I saw in this movie, and keep in mind I don't know anything about the comic books again.
Yeah,
I
Neither do
think Strange's overall arc is going to be a rebirth story, and we were presented with a Slay the Monster introductory story.
He is not yet the Sorcerer
Yeah,
Supreme.
yeah. At the end of the movie, he was never given that title. He's still the master of the London Sanctum, and that's all he is. Wong isn't even his assistant in the Sanctum yet.
He's a master, but he wants to be called Doctor.
Right?
Dr. Master Strange.
Yeah. By the way, a request.
that was a great joke.
That was great.
I don't care what you do.
Strange.
Can you bring Wong
Yes, it is.
into our Marvel game at some point? That's all I ask.
We've seen Wong in the Marvel game the first couple times that you contacted Strange.
Have
Yeah.
we?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you bring Wong out in a more prominent
not
role,
having total
or
memory.
Brother Caleb, or whoever you need?
Whoever. Yeah.
What's
Okay,
it
well,
like
I'll-
not having total memory?
Right?
Well,
I
let me
have,
tell you, it's
I have
pretty
some
good.
of my sanity, but
It's the best
Do you?
power in the game.
especially when people ask you to use it, you take 5 seconds and say, "Yeah,
No,
we
that's
should do
that's
that."
Yeah, I
cosmic
used it.
awareness.
Well, whatever.
you guys don't know any different. You don't have cosmic awareness.
No, we don't. It's like, oh, I just talked to Yang. Yeah, you're good. Keep going. No traps down that hallway.
Yeah.
So I've actually read some of the comics, seen some of the stuff. I won't
You
say
lie.
that-
You've never read.
I won't say
I
that
can't
I'm
read.
an expert in
Dyslexia is a
it
disease.
because I am by no means an expert. But one of the prevailing aspects of the Doctor Strange character is that he does his level best not to get involved. He wants to stay off in his.
Well, that's
own
because
inner
mundane
sanctum.
problems aren't his realm of influence. He
can
deals
stop
with.
all the bakery emojis.
Yeah, and he showed that multiple times.
Yeah, he did, that's why he doesn't get involved in normal everyday things because that's not his job.
Yeah,
as
68-year-old
the Sorcerer
female
Supreme.
quadriplegic.
Yeah,
Nah,
it's
not
his job to
interesting.
protect people
Let her die.
from the
He's
magical
got a reputation to worry
problems.
about, man.
Not
Yes.
to, not to
Not
make an
interesting.
anime reference, but he smacks of Master Roshi from the DBZ series, one of the first fighting animes. He's proven himself already. He's living his life, enjoying his time. He's only getting involved when the Earth actually has to be saved. Otherwise, he's studying and is being a hermit off by himself.
Well, I mean, that's why he's one of the Marvel Illuminati.
Yeah.
He's amazing.
I've
And
read
you
that
guys
series as well.
called him up with a fifth of scotch. It was all good.
It was good scotch.
It
I
was
have
good
no
scotch.
doubt.
Well,
It was good
somebody decided to take the Sorcerer Supreme as a contact, despite being some weird Amish guy.
Hey, I'm biting the bullet. He's taking that away as of now.
That's
No.
not
I'm going to rub your face
I
in
mean,
it as of
Okay,
now.
okay, hold on, rewind. He's using that as a villain against me now. So I've lost 2 of 5. Keep
Not
going.
a villain, just a really annoying contact.
A foil.
I like the word foil.
I
dig that.
stand by what
He's
I
going to
just
make a
said.
hat out of it by the end of the night.
As long as it's not out of my ass as a werewolf.
Yeah, there you go.
And I
Excellent.
think the folding dimension power only comes
So
from
cool.
drawing energy from the shadow universe, because she could do it. None
Yep.
of the other wizards or mages could do it, and then
in the mirror realm, they could do it like mofos.
yeah, the antagonist
Like,
could do
whoa.
it.
Yeah.
Also,
Yeah.
let's
It was great. Inception meets thing. Asher, that was cool.
I
Yeah,
loved
that was
loved
cool.
the hallway fight. I loved the hallway fight when Strange was what was it, London or New York that he was in?
London.
London.
London, yeah.
London.
That hallway fight, the way the room and he was keeping him from running away. That was
Somebody
amazing.
was reading the Grim Noir series.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Because there's a fight that's almost identical to that's in the hallway where the hallway spins
Yeah.
and the gravity keeps moving and it's one way and then it's another. That
I
was
loved
really
how he took
neat.
care of all the extraneous bad guys.
Oh, throwing
Loved
them out
that
the
much.
window and spinning the dial. I was like, nice.
Yeah, and then
Very
that
nice.
suit, I love. He was like, "No, I want the axe," and the suit's like, "No, over there." that
you
thing."
want the thing?
I'm sorry. I really loved watching the cloak kick that guy's
Oh, yeah.
ass for
Yeah.
20 minutes.
wrap around
Yeah.
his head, just bam, bam.
Oh.
Well, I
bam,
liked it
bam.
defending. Like, he's near it, and the guy goes to the finish move, and the cloak just blocks. And it's like, damn it, get him away from the
So,
cloak.
all right, those who have seen Guardians of the Galaxy have heard that Infinity Stones can't be controlled by humans by themselves. So, Strange was able to take the Eye, which is the Time Infinity Stone, and manipulate the energies of that Time Stone. This movie has just started to crack into how powerful Strange really is.
Oh, yeah.
Because he's the first human to, I think, successfully wield an Infinity Gem and not be consumed by its power.
I would counter he did not wield it directly. He wielded it through an artifice.
Yeah, but so did Ronan in Guardians of the Galaxy. He put it in his hammer because he could only hold it for so long.
Right. So he never actually...
And Ronan was a Kree.
Directly.
Yeah, and Ronan was a Kree.
So, I mean,
Right.
granted, he's still really powerful.
But
don't
yeah,
get me
he
wrong.
still wielded the power of the Infinity Gem without being consumed.
Right, but he didn't come in
He
direct
didn't.
con-
Yeah, he didn't
so
directly
he had that
hold
buffer
it.
of the
He
magic between him
didn't.
and
I
it.
think what Dan is trying to say is, a la Jimmy, Doctor Strange did not lick the
Right.
time gem.
You don't lick the time gem.
Right.
That will happen someday.
That will happen. So
In-game.
Doctor Strange floats down. He does these things with his finger. The eye of Akamana opens up, and the little green light. Jimmy goes, "I lick it." Okay, your tongue sticks to the Infinity Gem.
Rewind time real quick, please.
But he's a robot.
He's a
so
robot,
that would be okay.
yeah, he'll be all right.
I
It
can
won't, it
wield
won't
it
bother
just
him.
fine. I'll be a time robot.
Oh my god.
Then we can both travel. Yes, 5.
So bad. Okay,
Wait,
that
wait,
is
wait.
never
This is
happening.
Terminator.
Terminator.
5.
Yeah. Well, 6. They already did a 5.
Did they?
Yes, it was great.
Oh,
Doctor Who was in it.
Genesis. Well,
What?
shut up.
Peter
What?
Capaldi?
You shut up.
You shut your whore
You
mouth.
everybody shut up.
All right.
Doctor
Dan
Who was
wins.
in it.
What?
Okay, shut
Peter
your
Cap-
hole.
Peter Capaldi?
If you don't, if,
I like Genesis. Genesis was pretty good.
and you didn't see Doctor Who,
No.
you're an idiot.
Where's
Watch the movie
Doctor Who?
again.
No, I'm not doing
Like
it.
the main antagonist at the very end was the Doctor Who. Just okay, you don't know what you're talking about. Move on. I dismiss you.
I didn't know who Peter Capaldi was until I.
Are there
saw
any
him in
other
Doctor Who.
Thank you.
big spoilers that we can talk about in the spoiler discussion of the movie?
That was really cool.
Thor has a beer that refills itself. I really want
And he
that.
grew a beard too. It was
And the
what
stinger.
fuck was up
I
with
was
that
worried
beard?
less about the beard and more about the beer.
Yeah.
I want
I know.
that
Why does he
mug.
have such poor taste in beer?
He does. I
PBR.
really expected
Well,
it
I
to
suppose
be
Strange-
a stout or a porter.
Strange
I was about to
conjured it,
say,
so Strange doesn't understand
Strange
beer.
has
Yeah.
got poor taste in beer because Strange is the one that keeps
Yeah,
conjuring
but
it.
Thor
for
still
him.
drank it.
Wouldn't you?
No.
It's free beer.
Like,
It's
can
free
you-
beer.
you-
I've
he
had
conjured-
22,
okay, he converted-
32 ounce of Bud Light to
He converted tea into beer. You could be like, "Hey, can you convert this into good beer?"
actual beer. Yeah.
So is
Strange
the,
doesn't drink peasant liquids. He
That's
doesn't know
why he
what's
needs some
good
instruction
beer.
on it.
Do you think there's a magic equivalent of just general beer? It's like here's like beer, exclamation
Like beer brand beer?
like beer brand beer. That is like beer, generic beer, versus like oh, I want an Anchor Steam Porter. Oh, well, that's like spent like beer is like well, this is what you get in a flask. Like that's it. This is a wine skin of beer. I don't.
Well, there is in every D&D world and text known to man.
Right, exactly. So maybe Doctor Strange just went and a la beer, and he had beer.
So is Doctor Strange 2
The beer
gonna
gesture.
be
Yeah.
What's the beer gesture?
plot where he helps Loki and
know.
Thor find Odin?
Yeah,
or
right.
is that
I know.
going to be another
So-
Thor movie?
Now, I'm telling you right now, I don't know who
Ragnarok.
was 2 steps in front of that, but I had this coming down the pipeline. And what did I say when we were walking in?
I don't remember.
Yeah.
Of course you
Notice
don't
how
remember.
he has amnesia half the time, and the other time he chooses to forget.
Right.
There you go.
Wait, that means full him.
Yeah, exactly. Shut up.
But only when you choose.
Right.
Yes.
So, yeah, no, I was talking to him about, he's like, well, I don't know how we're going to do this and whether we're going to see Odin or not. And I said,
like, yeah,
well, who was
yeah.
sitting on the throne at the end of Thor Dark World?
Yeah, Odin / Loki.
Loki was masquerading as Odin.
Yeah.
Have we
Loden?
met Odin? I don't know where Loki and Thor are looking for Odin. And then he wanders in and goes, have we seen Odin as an NPC yet? I'm like, yeah,
Listen
maybe we
here,
have.
you
Actually,
son
we
of a
have,
bitch.
and I know who he is now.
Dun, dun, dun.
You know, in character?
No, Rico knows.
Rico knows.
Rico knows. I
Knows.
figured it
Is he
out.
Frosty?
Rico knows. Huh?
Is he Frosty?
Like the ice giant? No, he's not the ice
Well,
giant.
what's your
not the
prediction
ice
there?
giant.
what's your
He's
prediction?
actually the prisoner inside the ice giant
That's
castle.
what I meant.
Oh, okay, because that would be the ultimate FU from the Ice Giants to Odin.
Oh, yes.
If they kept him prisoner.
That was one of the two people
and
I thought
Freya.
it might be.
And because your father wouldn't know dick about an axe because he would have never used it. But Thor would know, or Odin would
Odin
know.
would know, wouldn't
Odin
he?
would know because Odin's the All-Father and he's created all those, well, the
And
majority
he
of
gave up
those.
an eye.
I have one other hypothesis of who it could be.
Who?
No.
Who? Tell
Oh,
us.
okay.
No. I'm
Tell
not-
us.
No. I'll tell you. I'm not even going to tell you offline because you might change it.
No. I already know who Odin is. That's in stone.
Okay. Then we'll talk offline.
Okay.
You write your plots in stone?
Yes, chisels. It's old school.
Sounds like it would take forever.
It does.
Are
Right?
there 10
We're
plot
like 2.5
points?
years in, and we're only like plot point 4.
At least.
Are there 10 plot points, and is there a bush involved?
No, there were 15
You know,
plot
Brian,
points,
you know
but
what
then
would
I
help you out,
shuffled
Brian?
them, and one thing
if
fell.
you go
and
back and listen to all of the crap that we have left hanging over our heads, you would be super caught
We
up
have,
The
like-
really
Arkanoids
fast.
still haven't even shown
Yeah,
up.
the Arkanoids haven't even
yeah,
shown
they're not
up
there
yet.
yet.
We
They're
have
gonna
like,
get there.
We have like 10 plots like hanging there.
Yeah, just there.
Whatever.
And that was
We need to-
before.
we need to pick off some low-hanging fruit here, guys.
Seriously.
At least you took care of the snake in the library.
Yeah,
How's
taking care
how's
of
a table gonna keep a snake from opening a door? My
Snakes
favorite
don't have
moment.
hands.
My favorite moment.
Yeah.
Snake. He right.
Snakes don't have hands.
Snakes don't have hands. How is this gonna? A doorknob would have sufficed.
I would have cleaved that thing's head
God.
entwined if I got in that nasal
I
cavity.
so wish Jimmy
inside.
had been there. Just so he could, like, as soon as the snake broke through. Like that!
Like that, right there. All right, so Doctor Strange, huge success, great movie. I cannot
Yeah,
wait
it
to
was
see it.
Just
again.
under Guardians of the Galaxy for me. Just
Yeah.
under
and,
it.
and as a side note, if you have not seen the video of Benedict Cumberbatch doing motion capture for
Smaug? Yeah,
you really need to go see
yeah,
that.
it's
on YouTube.
YouTube that shit. It's amazing.
Benedict Cumberbatch is one of Cumberbatch. I don't know. How to,
Cumberbatch.
Cumberbatch.
whatever. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. He's weird in English.
Cumberbatch.
But he's an amazing actor,
Yeah.
and I hope he keeps acting.
He's okay.
And all the things forever.
I thought he should have gotten an
Do you have
Academy Award
Netflix?
for.
Yeah.
Have you watched Sherlock at all?
I have only seen 2 episodes of Sherlock.
You need to go home and watch.
You're
the
doing
rest of it.
yourself a disservice.
Yeah, you really are. No, you really are. Especially if you go and watch some of the behind the scenes on Sherlock, because they stayed so true to the books, and there's so much content in there that I've read the books. I didn't even pick up on. And just
So good.
and how they modernized all of his stories.
Fantastic.
It's just amazing.
Good stuff.
Do it. Go do it.
I'll think about
Go
it.
do it. He's as good a Sherlock as Robert Downey Jr. was.
Yeah, I mean, in both the different aspects of Sherlock, they're
I've
fantastic.
never been a Sherlock fan, but
Oh,
Benedict Cumberbatch, I might go look at it.
Benedict Cumberbatch is his Sherlock portrayal is my
Yeah.
favorite.
Okay.
I still need to see Imitation Game. I just haven't been able to watch it.
He should have gotten an Academy Award for Imitation
Yeah,
Game.
I bet.
He was really. That was I got out of that movie and I went, "There's his Academy Award,"
Yeah.
and then they dicked him.
Nope. His Academy Award is going to be Doctor Strange.
You know what? I would take that in a heartbeat because
That's going to legitimize the superhero movie genre.
And there it is.
Boom right
I
now.
don't know that it was good enough for an Academy.
I don't think I don't think it was, but I would love to see
I
it
don't
happen.
care.
I'm
I
just
disagree
saying.
with all of you guys. This is really good.
It was really good.
It
but
was really good.
The Academy Award people are really goddamn snobby.
Oh,
they're
that's
In fact,
true.
the only way for black people to win awards is if they play slaves. I mean,
Whoa!
No, he's
Alright.
right though.
I'm 100%
He's right, though.
accurate.
I mean,
People of
hey,
color
whoa!
are
Let's be
clearly
let's be
lacking
truthful
in-
and accurate.
Don't
Oh,
degrade.
Whoops.
Don't degrade
Well-
my people. What the hell?
Well,
What?
look at
Snobs?
Leonardo DiCaprio.
No.
How
That's
many
not. No,
African
we're not.
Americans?
Nope, we're not looking at Leonardo DiCaprio. We're not doing that. I'm
All
going
of them?
to put an end to that right now because that's like a 4-hour discussion. I don't want to have that. Nope.
but-
we're going to say it was really good, and we're going to go from there.
Yeah,
We're not
it
going to go
either
to
has
Leonardo
be a
DiCaprio.
civil
That's not
rights
going to
movie
happen.
Or a movie about slavery for black people to win awards. Because
So,
the
Dan,
movie-
did you like Doctor Strange?
Yeah.
Did you like it?
Okay,
Was it
yeah,
good?
okay.
Wait, no, that's not
Because
entirely
we're going to
true.
wrap this up. Hey,
Mostly.
Precious.
you dick! All right,
Precious won
so-
Academy Awards.
so Rico, did you like Doctor Strange?
Oh, I
You
loved
did
it.
you?
Perfect
All right.
5-7.
Everybody loved it. It was. I would almost say 10 out of 14.
Yeah.
I mean, I would almost go there.
You guys really need to.
You guys
Google
need
that.
to know internets.
The
Google
perfect
that.
5-7. There's a whole.
There's a whole thing. It's a thing. Okay.
It's a thing.
It's a really
So,
good read.
ladies and gentlemen, you should go see this movie. We give it a high marks across the board.
Yeah.
We thank you for listening to our movie review. We thank you for taking the time to spend 2.5 years with us to listen to our Marvel Live play.
We love you guys.
Oh, we
My
love
God,
you guys.
Why do you listen to me? I need to understand this.
Well,
Yeah,
I
send
mean,
Dan a
well,
letter
us.
to tell him why you listen to his.
If I'm your favorite, tell me why, because I will be shocked.
you're
There it is.
nobody's
There
favorite.
it
I
is.
know. Well, I,
Wow.
One person's.
Don't be a dick.
Just
I
wow.
think
Yeah.
I'm her favorite.
There you go.
Oh, sorry.
He's
Yes,
he's got a fan.
Dan is Jennifer's favorite. Absolutely,
He's got a fan. There it is.
Send an email to Fenris.
Yeah, send an email.
Okay,
to
that doesn't
Cucumber Dude
count.
at,
He puts his pee-pee in you.
Oh, okay.
What?
and at that point, we're going to
And
say thank you
head
very
pops
much,
up.
ladies and gentlemen. And as always, you'll hear from us real soon.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.